Not Lassie. Not Sputnik. Although that is a pretty cool dog name. Sputnik. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you. We'll be heading up here shortly. Get a few more people in the room. Good evening for those of you tuning in already. We'll get into some history on this Monday, July 21. Good evening, Bill Taylor here. Monday evening in the Ken's 5 Digital Center. Blessings to you and yours. My Love in Action shirt. Gotta just show this off. This was a fun Saturday program we did several months back. Actually, my daughter and I at Daily Bread Ministries is where we worked, but our church did all different activities all around the city. Warm day today on this July 21. So first things first, the walk down memory lane and how I pretty much got in this business. Look at this. At the age of 2, oh wait, that's me, on the cover, or front page, top fold, The Morning News, Paterson, New Jersey. And there I am trying to call the astronauts as they walk on the moon. And the cut line, I know you can't read it. You might be able to read it on the post, but I'll read to you what it says underneath my picture here. He's only 2 years old in the age of technology, so little Billy Taylor took for granted that he could telephone the astronauts from his Crosby Avenue home after they landed on the moon. Not this trip, Billy. That's what it says. And I always said that would be the name of my autobiography, my unauthorized autobiography. I didn't even authorize it. No, that would be it. Not this trip, Billy, the Bill Taylor story. The Bill Taylor story. 104 Pearsall and Cotulla this afternoon were the hot ones. 99s, 100 at Pleasanton, and this is now going to become the trend. We're not going to be hitting 100s, but we're going to get close. We're going to get close on several days for sure. Will glass coffins be a success? Remains to be seen. Yeah, we don't know. We don't have any research to go on. Good evening, David. Hi, Grace. Thank you. Yes. Hello, Kyler. It's still pretty warm tonight. You know, I mean, we're looking at these warm temps now, but I'll tell you, it takes a while from the cool. You're hitting that high at about 4:35 p.m. We're still at 90 at Lackland, Hondo. Timberwood Park is still hitting 88, 87 at Randolph, 82 Bandera, 85 New Braunfels. And it's a breezy night. Let's see what the winds, we're not going to see the flags because I didn't adjust the camera yet. It's still looking downtown, but 18, okay. I'm sure gusts are going over 20. It's a breezy night. Tropics real quick. I do want to show you what's happening there. Oh, let me do this first. Northern Gulf, we had the tropical wave last week. It amounted to a good rainmaker for most of Louisiana, some of East Texas, but it didn't make any, headway west and didn't even get, its legs under it. So it didn't provide us with much even of a weather change, never mind a chance of rain. So no Dexter out of that, but now we look farther east because we do have something to keep an eye on out in the far East Atlantic. So that's the beautiful thing about satellite technology and our GOES 8 network is that we, of course, have ample warning time as we watch these systems develop from their inception. I mean, from, the far East Atlantic coming off of the African coast into warm waters of the Atlantic Basin and beginning to develop. Now, these that develop at this latitude are the ones that you really watch closely because they can come into the Caribbean nice and low and really take a good run at the Gulf of Mexico. So these are the storms that we watch, even though, again, minimal chance at only 10 to 20% right now that this becomes Dexter, by the way, that this would become Dexter. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Lise. What is Kyler? What's going on? Hey, nope, no thunderstorms. Nothing happening. By the way, speaking of Dexter, I mentioned that one. We have the rest of the names here if you haven't seen them. Aaron, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto. I remember that one. Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van. We had a Van Williams who used to work here. Van Williams, great guy. Wendy is the list this year. Remember when 2020 hit and we went off the list and had to go into the Greek alphabet? We had Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta was the one. Delta was the second storm to hit southwest Louisiana. They took the same path. Landfall was nearly, within miles of, what was the first one? Laura, and then Delta. So this is the next 7 days in rainfall, and you can see what's happening. Everything is east. Everything is Gulf Coast, and then it just stops. Hallettsville, Flatonia, and then nothing for the next 7 days. Look at that. That is sad reality because we're still in drought. We're still in exceptional drought. I'll show you that things have improved dramatically, but there's still a pocket of much needed rain. Here we are 3 months ago, to give you an idea, at its worst, several counties in exceptional drought, and then to today, Medina County. Just, right on the border of Bear and Atascosa. So, area of low pressure to show you. This is really cool about water vapor. You can, get an X-ray of the atmosphere and see these water vapor image lows. And that counterclockwise spin as it rolls out from Houston west into Austin up into central Texas. But the radar stayed clear. Not enough deep moisture, number one. Number two, cap, as high pressure really begins to build. But that feature you can really see well on water vapor imagery. But yeah, not a drop to be found, as radar stayed clear from Brownsville to Amarillo today. There we go, wide shot. Well, not necessarily, I guess. Extreme West Texas. Radar imagery catching up a little bit there, so let's see if we can help that along. There we go. So West Texas and right in there, but we are staying dry for a while. Let me show you what's happening here. High pressure in control, warm air aloft, the high pressure cooker aloft. This also heats us up, but again, we're not expecting excessive heat. It will feel like probably 102 to 103 at the most in the San Antonio area over the next several days. So just please make sure you're hydrating, taking good care of yourself. We'll start every morning with clouds. If you have things to do outside and you want to get things done, do it early under the clouds. Make sure you're hydrated up the night before, the morning of, first thing in the morning, cold water. Just get in you, especially if you're going to, be outside for any length of time. Hey, Anastasia, how are you? Hurricane Gilbert, oh yeah, 88. Hurricane Gilbert was 1988. The thing about that one, Grace, I'll never forget, Gilbert took up the entire Gulf of Mexico. The only water you could see on satellite, the only blue in the entire Gulf base map image was the eye. Gilbert took up the entire Gulf of Mexico at one point. It's an incredible, and it actually set a barometric pressure record until I think Wilma broke it. But I remember for a while the standing, because it was easy to remember, 888 millibars of pressure, which is just apocalyptic. That's incredible. Like that storm in the Northern Gulf, that wave was 10, 12, no, 10, it got down to 1,011 millibars of pressure. Standard is 1,013. So it got down a little bit. It was a weak storm. Most of the time you start paying attention to tropical systems when they get into the 900s, and I'm talking about high, not, like 990s. You're starting to see, that's a good deepening. That means that storm's intensifying and growing. So you start hitting some 980s, I mean, now you're really, so to get to 888 is just like incredible. And I forget what Wilma got to, but I think it's lower and set a new record. Oh yeah, thank you. This is, I mentioned earlier, our church did a project Saturday where we just did different volunteer opportunities around town. And my daughter and I went to Daily Bread Ministries. Okay, so a slight chance of rain, just when the high weakens a little bit, that's really all that happens. These aren't systems necessarily. These are going to be sea breeze showers at best that are showing up on the longer range, and we'll fine tune this forecast as we start to get into high resolution data, and that chance could go one of two ways. I mean, at this point. So right now it does not look better than 20% over the next 14 days. I mean, it really doesn't, and that's slim pickets even on those chances. Saturday, Sunday, and then again on the final couple days of July. Wrapping up July next week, heading into August. Well, God bless y'all. Hope to see you on Ken's 5 News at 10. Have a wonderful evening.